What, in your own words, makes you the most qualified to be the next Chemung County executive?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. It's actually one that you contemplate an awful lot before you decide to run for the office. I've been in service to this community for the last 30 years. Started in 1987 working for the city of Elmira as their deputy city manager. Went to the county in 1990 where I became the director of personnel and labor relations. In 2000, I became the deputy county executive, serving under Tom Santulli. And a couple years ago, I actually assumed the role of president of Southern Tier Economic Growth and continued on in the deputy county executive's role as well. So it's that breadth of experience and skills and knowledge that you gain over a lifetime of public service that I think positions me very well for the county executive's position, which really is twofold. It's one, a chartered position that is the chief executive officer for the county, $240 million budget, 1,000 employees, 35 departments, providing an array of services that cut from an airport to a nursing facility to highway departments to human service agencies. And that other role that I think is so critical for the county exec's position is really that of community advocate, community leader, a person that can assume, that mantle of making sure that those important issues that are so critical to our residents, growing our economy, recently, we've had some wonderful news on that economic front. Our sales tax is up 7%. We have $150 million worth of economic growth that's currently going on in this community. And I think it's that 30 years of skill and experience that I've gained that will be so critical to moving this community forward in the future.
What can you promise voters you will deliver on during your first 6 months in office?
Well, I think we'll bring the stability that has become the mantle for county government. I think county government has always been the responsible party in the room. I think what you'll see is we'll continue to move forward with economic development. We'll certainly address the issues of financial concerns in the city of Elmira. That has to be a primary consideration in the first couple of months. There's a certain amount of instability in that financial world of city government right now, and I think it's critical that the county exec wrap their arms around that. So I think what you'll see is certainly an awful lot of the same in terms of making sure that county government continues to run as effectively and as efficiently as it has over the last 17 years as I've been the deputy county executive. But in addition to that, I would also note that one thing that has been a hallmark of county government is that we are agents of change. We've been very proactive in the things that we've done. When Medicaid was consuming so much of our county resources, we fought the good fight with Albany. We won and have saved our municipalities millions of dollars and taxpayers millions of dollars. So I think what you'll see is an experienced, ready to hit the ground running administration that's able to move this community forward, able to grow the community economically, and to offer good quality government services.
What one accomplishment would you expect to leave as your legacy if you were elected?
A better quality of life for all our residents. I think that is the #1 goal of government. That's the #1 purpose for government. That's why I've embedded myself in 30 years of service, is to help improve the quality of life of all the residents that live here. It's so critical, again, back to that issue of making sure that the county exec becomes a leader in this community to drive forward those very positive attributes you have. We live in a community that's surrounded by abundant beauty, both our rolling hills, the Finger Lakes. We're a resourceful citizenry. It's important that we wrap our arms around those opportunities, and that's what I intend to do, is to continue to drive forward with a positive message and move this community forward.
Would you consider cutting your salary and the salaries of all county employees if it meant keeping taxpayer costs from rising? If not, why?
Sure. Well, we've done that before. We have frozen our salaries for 2 and 3 years when we were in hard times. Our unions actually, through our contracts, did likewise and took no pay raises. I've put forward a proposal for the county exec salary to be reduced to $150,000. Which I will freeze it at that level for the 4-year period. You have to keep in mind, Tom Santulli has been the county executive for the last 17 years, so his salary has been elevated over that 17-year period. So when a new county exec comes in, I think it's the perfect opportunity to take a look at that. We will do that. We'll freeze it for that 4-year period. But at the same time, the county exec's position is a very, very important position. It has huge responsibilities. As I mentioned, it's a $240 million budget. We have department heads that, quite frankly, come with large responsibilities, professional degrees, engineers. So it's important that we compensate people fairly, both internally as well as externally. I think our compensation package in Chemung County is a good one. We are able to attract good people, keep good people, and that's critical. The reality is this: we've been able to freeze taxes in Chemung County for the last 14 years. It's because we have good people working for us. So this isn't a matter of just simply lowering everybody's salary and hoping that you get good results. You have to pay people appropriately to attract high quality people. We'll do that, and my pledge is also to make sure that we freeze taxes for the next 4 years as well.
Is there anything else you would like to say to potential voters?
Well, I love this community. We've spent our life here, we've raised our family here. I'm committed to this community. You can see that through my 30 years of service. I think it's important that county government lead the way, both in terms of creating jobs, growing prosperity, partnering with our local municipalities, making sure that we provide high quality services across the board with our towns and villages. I think it's critical that we make sure that our infrastructure is built out properly. We want to make sure that we have fiber. High-speed, reliable broadband for all of our residents. That's something that we're going to be doing over the next couple of years. So I just think it's critical that we make sure that the person has the right kind of experience, the right plan to move this community forward. This is a wonderful, wonderful place to raise our families, and I want to continue to make this a place that everybody's proud to call home.